Hi everyone, it's Shelby. Welcome back to this week's meal plan. Sunday is Father's Day. Ken requested taquitos, Mexican rice, and refried beans. We started Father's Day with breakfast in the bed. The kids surprised us. It was such a wonderful treat. And we've just been working so hard in the garden, like, oh my goodness, I can't even keep nail polish on my fingers, I tell you. But it was such a wonderful way to start the day.
I had a piece of leftover roast beef in the freezer, and I just chopped it all up and put a couple cups of water in my pot, and I'm boiling it till the water's almost gone, and it's helping shred the roast beef.
What I did is I took these corn tortillas and just really quickly for a few seconds on each side put them in some hot oil, and then I put the meat on it and I let it cool on the aluminum foil because it's kind of hot to handle, and then I just start rolling them up.
Then I just heat them up in some canola oil over medium-high heat, cook them until they get crisp, turn them, put them on the sheet tray. So this is what our plate looks like. I made Mexican rice and refried beans, guacamole, and we have the taquitos. This is Ken's Father's Day request.
On Monday, we had Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and tossed salad. I'll put the link for the recipe in the description box.
In my frying pan, I have a tablespoon of olive oil, 3 onions diced, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, and I picked some fresh thyme from my garden, just the leaves, and I'm going to cook this down until the onions get very cooked down, really soft, maybe 20-30 minutes on a medium low. I added the onion mixture to 2.5 pounds of hamburger. I added half a cup of breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, and then I added a tablespoon of Kitchen Bouquet, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and then I added a tablespoon of better than bouillon, and I added it to a half a cup of water just to dissolve it, and we're going to get this all mixed in together. I got my big iron skillet out and I put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom, and I shaped the meat into like football kind of shapes, oval shapes. I'm going to brown them on each side. I'm not really wanting to cook them all the way through because we're going to make a mushroom brown sauce and they can finish cooking in that, but I do want to get some color on them. I browned up the patties and then just remove them to a tray. I'm cooking some sliced mushrooms, a pound, in the grease that was in the pan. And then I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of flour. Get this all mixed in with the grease and cook it for about a minute. I added 4 cups of beef broth, and I'm just bringing this up to temperature. I'm going to return the patties to the pan and simmer them on a low and let the patties continue to cook through. I'm just going to simmer this on low while I make some mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes are done, so we're going to get this plated. There's our plate: Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and a nice salad on the side.
Tuesday, we had what we call Floridian hot dogs. We've been trying to come up with like different ideas for toppings for hot dogs during the summer. And we made a mango salsa. This was the brainchild of our kids. And they served it with fresh fruit. And they grilled a pineapple slices with brown sugar and rum. They mixed it together and it was like heavenly, let me tell you.
Tonight for dinner, we're having hot dogs, Floridian style. This is our new one. We made some mango salsa and grilled some pineapple, fresh pineapple with brown sugar and rum, and then we're having watermelon with it. So we're all tropical tonight.
Wednesday, we made cafeteria 1960 era pizza burgers with corn and watermelon. It was a very simple dinner. We were planning to do a lot of work in the garden that day, so it was perfect. And it's so economical. A pound of ground beef makes 16 of the pizza burgers. So it's a good one to have in your arsenal if you have little kids.
In my pan, I have a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm sauteing a half of an onion and a couple cloves of garlic until it gets soft. And then I'm going to add a pound of ground beef. And then start browning up the ground beef, and then add a package of sloppy Joe mix and a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I added about a half a cup of water and gave it a big stir. Now I'm just going to top some real plain hamburger rolls. I like to do them open face and then just put some cheddar cheese slices on it. I'm going to get this into a 350-degree oven and let it melt the cheese. And we're having some watermelon. So refreshing because it's hot today. And I just have some frozen corn heating up with a little bit of butter, salt, and pepper. For dinner tonight, we're having the pizza, burgers, some watermelon, and corn. Quick and easy dinner. For dinner tonight, I made Chapman's Mississippi roast in the crock pot, and then mashed potatoes, gravy, and we're having a big tossed salad. Thursday, the boys cooked dinner, and they made cheeseburgers on sourdough bread, and then they grilled the sourdough bread kind of like a grilled cheese sandwich and made like a secret sauce, and it was identical to Marie Callender's Frisco burgers. They did an excellent job. So tasty. Tonight for dinner, the boys cooked dinner, and they cooked cheeseburgers on sourdough bread, and then they put butter and kind of did it like a grilled cheese, kind of like Marie Callender's Frisco burger with the little secret sauce. It looks great. Friday, our son, we were celebrating his birthday, and he requested just a bunch of appetizers for dinner. So we made an Italian tort. It's excellent. It has a goat cheese base and sun-dried tomatoes, and you can either use pesto or like a artichoke dip, either one. I've done a video on this, I think. I'll link it in the description box. We had grapes with summer sausage, caprese salad, shrimps, and then we made those appetizers, the bacon on the hot date. You take a date and you take out the pit and you stuff it with a little bit of jalapeno pepper, and then you wrap it in bacon and bake it off in the oven. Now you need to let it cool because when it comes out, it is like the temperature of the sun. It'll burn your mouth, but it's an excellent recipe. So we just had a lot of fun and sat around and ate appetizers for dinner. In my bowl, I have 2 8 ounces of softened cream cheese and 11 ounces of a goat cheese and 1 large clove of garlic microplaned, and I mixed it together. I'm going to put 1/4 of it in my bowl that I have lined with saran wrap. I put 1/4 of the mixture in the bottom of the bowl. I have a jar of the sun-dried tomatoes that I poured off the oil, and I'm going to chop them up. That'll be the next layer. That's what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to take a little less than half of the remaining cream cheese mixture and put that layer on there. The next layer, I'm going to use this artichoke antipasta that I got from Trader Joe's. You can also use pesto. I do both of those, but today I'm going to use this. That is what the next layer will look like. Sometimes, like I said, I use this artichoke as the layer. Sometimes I like to use just pesto. So you can have 2 different flavor profiles with the same recipe. All right, so we're gonna put the rest of the cream cheese mixture on top. All right, that's what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna fold this plastic wrap onto the top of it and get this in the refrigerator so it can set up again. I'm taking a baguette and I'm cutting it on the diagonal and just making little pieces of bread, and I'm going to toast them off in the oven. We'll use that for our goat cheese dip. Here's that Italian tort that we made. We just plated it on a plate. We made some crostini bread in the oven. We have caprese little appetizers, some summer sausage with grapes, and some shrimp. And the best part is the bacon wrapped dates. We took these dates, took the pit out, and then we stuffed them with jalapeno. And then now we're gonna wrap them with a thin sliced bacon, and we'll bake these off in the oven. These are really good. Bacon on a hot date. Here's what the bacon on a hot date looks like. You have to let them cool, but they're really delicious. On Saturday, our son also requested his favorite, the penny pasta dinner with garlic bread and a tossed salad. Ken actually made it. I wasn't feeling too good on Saturday, and he watched my video on it, and he made it better than I did, you guys. For dinner tonight, we're having vodka penne pasta with some garlic toast and a salad. It is the birthday boy's meal request.
Well, that's our meal plan for the week. I hope you guys have a great week, and until next week, I'll talk to you guys later.